Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about the Fire Gunner, mainly about the Paragon Soul Badge and the new rotation that you have to do with it. So a lot of people have asked me how I managed to get 170k to 200k DPS increase just from the Paragon Soul Badge. And it's quite simple, and I'll explain everything in today's video. So first of all, we need to look at what exactly does the Paragon Soul Badge actually do. So when we press I to open up our inventory, you'll see right here, Paragon Soul Badge. So the Paragon Soul Badge is the Liberty Soul Badge with the Resurgence Soul Badge fused together. So you get both effects, the Liberty effect and the Resurgence effect. So what does the Liberty effect do? It's very straightforward. Every time you cast your V, which is your Carpet Bomb, every time the Carpet Bomb ticks on the enemy, you get an extra burst bullet. That's it. That's all the Liberty effect does. Very, very straightforward. However, the Resurgence effect, this is the one which makes this badge so good. Because every time you cast your 4, it'll reduce the cooldown of your Carpet Bomb by 5 seconds. Remember, for our 4 skill, Crossfire, you can cast it 3 times. So it lowers the cooldown of your V by 15 seconds. Not only that, it also lowers the cooldown of your Firefall by 4 seconds each time you cast your 4 skill or Crossfire. So this is why it's so strong, because it lowers the cooldown of your V, which just so happens to proc 3 pieces of equipment. First of all, it procs your Paragon Soul Badge, so it procs the Liberty and it gives you the Resurgence effect. It procs your Thornbreaker Mystic Badge, or if you're using the Vortex Temple Mystic Badge, it also procs that. And on top of that, it also procs your Bracelet. So basically, every time you cast your V, you're activating 3 different pieces of gear all at the same time. And not only that, whenever you're casting your 4, it reduces the cooldown of your V so that you can almost get 100% uptime on your Bracelet. It's not really 100%, there's like a 2 to 3 second downtime. However, it's pretty dang strong because you're getting the Mystic Badge effect, which gives you a ton of attack power, especially for Bulletstorm. And then you're also getting your Bracelet, which is also giving you a ton of attack power for your unloads, your Bulletstorms, your Quick Shot, and basically all the skills you're using. Okay, so now let's take a look at a live demonstration. So what I mean by the reduces the cooldown is, you look, V, you've got 30 seconds cooldown, 4, 4, 4. Bam, you've got 13 seconds cooldown left. See how fast that was? Now your Bracelet's almost ready. You've got 7 seconds left of your Bracelet uptime. However, you've got 5 seconds left until you can activate your Bracelet again. And boom, activated your Bracelet again, and wow, that's amazing. And not only that, you're also getting your Mystic Badge and your Soul Badge procs again. So it's very strong. However, that's not all. Look, when you press your V, your C, and then 4, 4, 4, look, it reduced your V by so much and it reduced your C by so much as well. So your C or your Firefall skill, it gets decreased by 4 seconds every time you cast a single cast of Crossfire, and 5 seconds on your V every single cast of your Crossfire there as well. So it's super crazy strong. However, the main thing that you want to be focused on is having as much V uptime as possible, because every time you cast your V, you get huge multipliers. Let's take a look here. Bracelet, you get 1,120% attack power on unload. You get 2,450% more attack power on your first Bulletstorm. And now let's look at your Mystic Badge. If you have the Thornbreaker Mystic Badge, you also get a ton of multipliers. You see over here, this 480% more attack power, 1,050% more attack power, 3,500% more attack power. Just having all of these activated at the same time, because they all proc off the same skill, your V skill, it's insane. You get ridiculous damage. Like, look over here. I'm just going to press V and I'm going to Tombstone. I'm just going to Bulletstorm. I can only Bulletstorm 4 times due to my high ping. However, if you have low ping, you can Bulletstorm 5 times. And then I'm going to reduce the cooldown of my Bracelet so that I get even more uptime for the Bracelet. Look, so V, tab, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to press C and then 4, 4, 4. And look at that. I've got 8 seconds left on my Bracelet and it's almost ready to be procced again. And once the Bracelet goes down, you see I've got that 1 second downtime before boom, I can cast V again and I have Bracelet uptime once more. So it's incredibly strong. And that is what makes the Paragon Soul Badge so good, is because you constantly have Bracelet uptime as well as Mystic Badge uptime and Soul Badge uptime. So having all three of these multipliers on top of each other just helps out the gunner's DPS by so much. So next up, I'm going to demonstrate what it would look like in a live situation. So remember, after casting V, you immediately want to use Tombstone first. The reason for that is because your Mystic Badge over here, it only lasts 5 seconds. So you've got 5 seconds to use your Bulletstorm to gain all those benefits. However, for the Resurgence effect, it lasts for 10 seconds. So what you want to do is cast your V, immediately use Tab, and then use your Bulletstorms. Once all 4 Bulletstorms, or 5 if you have low ping, are done, then immediately you want to press C and then 444. What you can also do is just ignore C because Firefall isn't that big of a deal. You can just do 444 if you have high ping like myself, just to make sure that you lower the cooldown of your V as much as possible, because casting it 3 times will reduce it by 15 seconds, which is quite a big deal. And if you miss one, that's 5 seconds, which is quite a big deal. So you really want to make sure you cast Crossfire 3 times before the 10 seconds timer is up. So look, so here, V, Tab, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go 4, 4, 4, and then I cast my regular combo. So this is what I normally do. Like, you can see that even though my Firefall is gonna be on longer cooldown, but it doesn't matter to me because what I care about the most is increasing the bracelet uptime all the time. So you can see here that after your initial combo, you're just waiting. And if you get lucky, you get a ton of weapon resets, which allows you to do crazy stuff, like constantly have your bracelet up all the time. So you can see here my 4 is off cooldown, but I'm still waiting for my V to get off cooldown, because after I cast my V over here, then I want to do 444. So I've got 15 seconds left on the cooldown, I've got 12 seconds active, and so, oh look, I got a weapon reset again. So I can keep shooting until I run out of bracelet uptime, wait 3, 2, 1, and then boom, bracelets up again, and wow, look at that, Bulletstorm. And once I finish my 4 Bulletstorms, I immediately cast 4 again, 4, 4, 4. And look, there was like 8 seconds left on my V, bracelet just went down, 1 second later, boom, I've got my bracelet back up again, 15 seconds. And that is the power of the Paragon Soul Badge. So it does require a lot more thinking than before. It took me about 2 days to get used to the rotation and actually like learn what everything does, just because the way that I played before was very different from this. I never really had to pay attention on when my 4 would go off, when I'd use my Firefall, when I'd activate my bracelet. Like, a lot of these fine details really do add up and give you a ton of DPS. So the TLDR is basically save your 4, don't use your 4 until your bracelet goes off. Once you cast your V, the next thing you immediately want to see is your tab available? If your tab is available, use your tab first, use your 4 Bulletstorms or 5 if you're low ping, then cast your 4 3 times. You can do Firefall first and then cast it 3 times if you want, if you're low ping. If you can pull it off, then go ahead. I personally don't, because the bracelet uptime is much more important than getting this extra 67 to 71k damage on 5 seconds. That to me is a very minor DPS increase. What's much more important for me is to make sure that I always cast V when it's up, and I always get all these modifiers over here, the Mystic Badge, the Soul Badge, the bracelet. That is so important. But anyway, that's really all I wanted to talk about in this video. If you guys have any questions, do let me know in the comment section below. This new badge makes the Fire Gunner so much more engaging to play, and it's a lot more fun in my opinion, because I really do enjoy this kind of new play style. With the Legacy Soul Badge, it was kind of boring because it was just V, tab, you Bulletstorm 7 times or 8 times and you're done, right? It was just kind of like, yeah. And during the time you were Bulletstorming, you were a stationary target. Like, you couldn't move. If you moved, or if you got knocked back or got CC'd, it's like, well, there goes all my damage. This gives you so much more flexibility based on the scenario. You can adjust your play on the fly, which is much nicer. Another disclaimer I want to let people know is this is how I play the Fire Gunner with the Paragon Soul Badge. I can only tell you the basics of what the badge does and how to activate it and my personal rotation. However, if you play on low ping, you can optimize this rotation a lot more. So an example would be, every time I cast 4, instead of doing 4, 4, 4, what if you had low ping, you could do 4F, 4F, 4F. Or even, you can right mouse button 4F, 4F, 4F. So you would animation cancel in between. I personally don't have the ping to do so, and so I just play it safe and I just cast 444. However, if you want to min-max and really optimize your rotation, there's a lot of room for improvement on the base rotation that I talked about in this video. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, I would appreciate a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye-bye.
Can I say except you're welcome, for the heels